We don't condone the use of any illegal substance or any illegal activity. This video is intended for instructional and educational purpose only. Watch at your own risk. Viewer discretion is advised.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
In the garden where the green leaves sway, see bunnies rolling up, we light it our way. Mr. Guinness got the bombs, we puffin' all night. Talking cultivation, yeah, we're feeling alright. Light it up, feel the vibe, let it be known. Garden cultivation, network, we on the scene. Rolling that green, living out the dream. Chatting about the strains, how to plan it right. Join us every week, yeah, we light up the night. Wednesday to Friday, we keep it alive. Cannabis talks, everybody's feeling high. Sharing secrets of the grow, it's a sacred art. In this cultivation game, you gotta play your part. Keep it real, keep it tight, watch the plants grow. Garden cultivation, network, we on the scene. Rolling that green, living out the dream. Chatting about the strains, how to plan it right. Join us every week, yeah, we light up the night.
Yo, yo.
Happy Wednesday.
How's it going? Happy Wednesday, yes.
Going.
Absolutely. Middle of the week.
Yes.
Getting through it.
Almost
Getting
a
through it.
Friday.
I know.
Things are somewhat
know.
back to routine. Kiddos are back home.
Yeah, they were gone for a couple weeks, so you were kind of thrown off a little bit. You didn't know what to do with yourself.
I was. Again, I apologize. I think I'm lagging a bit, so
A little bit.
I've
I
been
don't know if
having
that's you or me.
problems
My
with
stream.
internet down here lately.
No, it's StreamYard. There's even a little thing at the top of the screen when you first come in, and it says, like, we're having problems with our streams and blah, 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 blah. So
Mhm.
I don't think it's your actual internet. I think it's StreamYard itself, because mine's doing it a little bit too, unfortunately.
That could be. That could be. So yeah,
But yeah,
speaking of streams, we had a great episode last Wednesday. We had
we did.
Wow, Preston on.
Preston Bjornson.
Yes.
That was a
So
great
if you missed
episode,
that
actually.
episode, it was really cool. His setup is like one of the most badass setups I've seen.
It's something else, man. Like, that's not a setup that you see at home. That's very much like a commercial style of setup. It's pretty dope. Being a plumber too, he's
Yes.
got everything all plumbed in there, and everything looks professional, and just looks
Yes.
it's very aesthetically pleasing.
So if you missed that episode, you could just scroll back and rewatch it or head on over to Spotify under Garden Cultivation Network.
Yes, yes. Fridays are Show Your Grow, so anybody and everybody that has a garden, whether it's cannabis, vegetables, flowers, it doesn't matter. If you're a grower of any kind, you're absolutely welcome to pop on and show your plants, to talk about what you do and, that type of stuff. And
And
it's your
you
time
don't
to
have
come
to
show
show your
off.
face.
It's all about the gardens.
That's right.
All about the gardens.
As well as we are getting closer and closer to the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So we
Yes,
are
yeah.
excited for that. Thanks to everybody for sharing, liking, um, telling your friends, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, we got some good stuff, man. I can't wait to give some of the stuff away. Actually, I can't wait to give it all away, but some of it I was very happy with, so I'm excited. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
We just need a few more and we're golden.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to L and Seed to Harvest. If you haven't heard, they have lost their YouTube account. So
Yeah.
I'm sure they would love a refollow on their new account.
Yeah. Maybe
Maybe
J Rats
Drenix
can put
could
the
pin
link
it
in the
up.
chat
Yeah,
maybe I can't
exactly.
I'm not gonna
One of the
I'm not
mods.
gonna get it right now, but
Yeah.
J-Rats, the new seed to
So
harvest.
yeah, don't forget to check them out.
Yeah, go give them a follow, help them build back up again. They were moving right along. They were doing real good. They did their season 4 launch, and then boom, right after the show, their account was gone. So go hit them up. Go hit them up.
Yes, yes.
And tonight is
We
Wednesday.
have a very exciting
Wednesdays,
episode.
we bring on guests. And tonight, we have a special guest in the house. We have
Do do do.
Miss. Hello,
Miss
hello.
FlowerFox.
I think it cut me off. I said Miss, and then the video started, and
It
I
did.
think it cut me off. That's funny.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wellness Wednesday. How you guys doing?
Yes.
Doing good.
Good, thank you.
You look like you're sitting out in the middle of the forest right now.
I am, and I'm getting eaten alive by mosquitoes, but it's quiet. We'll take
Nice.
that.
I would take the mosquitoes. It looks like a pretty nice place to hang out.
Yeah, it
Yes,
is really
for
nice.
sure.
It's nice and peaceful. That's for sure.
Nice. So, before we get too far into things, do you want to let everybody know who you are and what you
Sure.
do?
Hi, my name's Nicole. I'm known on Instagram as FlowerFox 2.0. Some of you know me as Shark's Wife. I'm an indoor and an outdoor grower, and I grow in cocoa. I'm not the biggest on outdoor, but I've enjoyed it the last couple of years. Mother Nature has been a little bit nicer this year. I prefer the control inside.
Yeah,
I'm
you had a few issues last year
You
with
grow
storms and stuff
trees.
like that. I remember.
yeah. The rain came and didn't stop for quite some time, so it
Yeah.
wasn't ideal. But this year so far, it's been pretty good. And I started these a little earlier, so they are quite huge.
Yeah,
Uh,
they definitely get big out there. That's for sure. I know
yeah,
you say you
Mhm.
might not be that into the outdoor thing, but I mean the plants are big, so
yeah. Well, I'm
They
enjoying.
are.
I had my indoor though this round. I've let stretch a little intense. I had to move my fan from the top of my light, and I had to take out my tables and rearrange some things and snap some branches. But they're doing all right now. Going,
yeah,
I think it's day 28.
it happens. I mean,
Yeah,
I
and
think we all have those runs once in a
your
while.
plants, yes, and your plants always have such beautiful roots. It's probably one of the things you're most known of is having these beautiful roots. How do you get them so
So
nice and big and thick and
I'm obsessed with roots. It's like an absolute sick obsession. It's inked on my hand actually. Um, I use Dynamic was one thing. I grow with Green Planet. I use their Hardy line. But my biggest thing on roots is letting your plant dry back and veg in the very beginning and letting the roots pack on. And
Yeah.
if you allow them to dry back, the roots will pack on. I have a couple solos here actually. I was just like messing with growing outside.
solo. It's like a tree in there.
It's a little
Yeah,
tree, but those are my roots.
Look at the roots.
I remember that one
Beautiful.
plant that you had, maybe it was last year, the year before, maybe in the solo cup, and
Yeah, and the
it
roots
just
were like
kept
this.
pushing it up and up and up and up and out of the cup, and you could see roots like this far out of the cup.
I have no idea what happened with that one. That was wild. It literally pushed this much out of the solo. I figured at that point I was like, let's just go solo to harvest and see where it goes.
Yeah, see what it
And I
does.
was pleasantly surprised and happy. It worked out in the end. And the
It was
roots were
cool though
pearly
because like
white.
you
And
take it out of the cup, and there's literally like nothing. It's just
it was
roots.
just
That was
roots.
it.
I was like, I don't think there's any cocoa anymore. I can't see any. It's literally just a cup of roots.
Just
It was
roots.
crazy. So I wonder. I guess it just kind of breaks down, and then eventually just gone.
It's wild to me.
Yes.
Have
Fucking
you ever
cool.
thought of jumping into anything like hydroponic or DCW,
So I actually
DWC?
have,
Sorry.
I've talked about it for a while. I've gone back and forth. I do love growing in cocoa. I guess because it's something I know and I don't like to like
Yeah.
change things. But I started with my houseplants. I put all my alocasias and my monsteras now are in clay pebbles and just sphagnum moss. And I'm finding that
Nice.
is just it was a game changer for me. And
Hmm.
it's unbelievable how much happier my plants are, how much quicker they're growing. The roots are just insane to me. And then I have a lot of cuts in water alone. So I have been
Yeah.
thinking about going that way and trying new things. Like I would love to
Yeah.
see how that goes.
Well, I
I
think
just
you're
know with
already.
the roots, you love your roots, so
I do.
it
I
would
love
be
my
like
roots.
perfect.
They get me so excited. I don't know. It's just like an obsession for me.
I mean, you're already halfway to hydro. I mean, growing in cocoa is
Yeah.
about as close to hydro as you can get without being hydro, right? I think like you follow a lot of the same rules, like
Yeah.
pH and stuff like that is all basically the same as it is in hydro. So I mean,
It's
you pretty
definitely worth
much
a
already got
try.
the
I
hard
would love
parts
to see
dialed in.
like how that would go. It's definitely been on my mind and something I've talked about for a while.
Yeah,
Just involved with it.
I just bought a black bucket and I'm gonna do one plant just to
Oh,
try
that
it because
oh,
I've
that's
never done it before.
awesome.
So
I want to watch that. That's awesome.
yeah, it should be exciting. I mean, it'll either work or it won't. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, definitely. But it's worth a
I'll
shot.
learn at least, if I like
Yeah.
it or if I don't like it. I might keep doing it or I might never do it again. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you
It's
have
fun.
no idea until you try. You definitely got to try it
Yeah,
and see how
absolutely.
it goes.
Absolutely. So let's go back to the beginning. How
Okay.
long have you been growing for?
So I've been growing for about six years now, I think. Yeah, 6 years. I started growing with Shark, um, and just learning from him for the first 2 years. And then I branched out on my own and wanted to do my own thing and have my own space and my own grow. And then went back and forth, but about 6 years. And I've I've learned so much in those 6 years. I've changed a lot of the things I do. I've kept a lot of the things the same, but it's definitely been an unbelievable journey. So I've met so many
Oh,
amazing people
absolutely.
along the way.
Actually, yeah, we
Yes.
got to meet you last year.
Yeah, last year.
Last year, yeah.
Last year. Yeah.
Yeah, we all met up in Toronto at the Grow Up Conference, that was a
It's
fucking
awesome.
blast.
That was a lot of
Yes.
It was a lot of fun. I wish we could have gone this year, but it just wasn't in the cards. So
Yeah, I was hoping to see you guys there.
yeah, I was hoping to go, but this year it just didn't work out, unfortunately. But maybe next year.
Yeah, there's always next
Next
year.
year, there's always next year. Yep. But
That's right.
yeah, I based off of the videos and the pictures and stuff like that. I mean, I didn't see a marching band. I didn't. There was a lot of things I didn't see this year that I saw last
It
year.
was
So,
very different. It was very different.
yeah,
But I got to see so many people. I got to meet so many people. It's
yeah,
a great
yeah. It's
experience.
the experience. The experience
And
behind it
that's the
is
best part.
what makes it. Yeah, which is super cool. But
Yeah.
okay, I got
So
sidetracked.
you you had said you've been growing for 6 years, and you mentioned a lot has changed. What would you say is the biggest change? Whether it's like a
um,
light or
I guess trusting myself is one of them. Catching my mistakes early, like I know what to look
that's a
for.
good one.
I always second guessed everything I did. I always just kept changing
Yeah.
things. Like if one thing wasn't working, I would just change everything. And like, it's not really the way to go about things. But I've been growing with
Hmm.
Green Planet since day one. I'm still growing with Green Planet.
Yeah.
I've changed from first like the 2-part to 3-part, and now I'm happy with the Horty line. And my
Yeah,
plants are happy with it. My house
the
plants are
Horty
happy
line is
with it.
nice.
I'm using
Oh,
Money
yeah.
One for my vegetables, and I've got 2 tomato plants on my front deck. And they've literally taken up the whole front deck that I had to move these plants all back here. I had never planned to use this space, but things got a little chaotic on the front deck.
It's
So
funny how that. It's
now
funny
I'm
how that
taking up this
happens.
entire deck too.
I think we get a little gung ho when the springs come, and we're all like, "Yeah, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do this," and we plan it all out in our head. It looks so good,
Oh
and
yeah, it was a
then
perfect
they
plan.
grow, and you're like, "Oh yeah, they're not this big anymore. They're this big now, and now they
Yeah.
take up my whole backyard."
Now what I'm gonna do? Yeah, my tomatoes are tied to the roof on the front deck, and I've got about 40 sunflowers because I don't know. I don't know why.
Nice. I wanted to do some sunflowers this year, actually. I just moved into a new place, and I don't have any fences, and I was gonna do some
A sunflower
different
fence would be
stuff back
awesome.
there,
Yeah,
but
for some privacy.
yeah,
That's a
exactly.
great
I want to do
idea.
like a whole line along the fence and just block everybody out.
There was a
Be
field close to us that did about 5,000 sunflowers last year. It was wild. They didn't do them this
Yeah,
year.
I think there's a field
It was nice to drive
somewhere
by.
near me too. It's like a farmer's field or something. You just
Yeah,
drive by it, like literally sunflowers as far as you can see.
everywhere. I
Yeah,
haven't had luck the last couple of years out here. There wasn't enough sun. But this year seems to be going good so far. So I'm taking it as it goes.
nice. And you do everything the same. Like you feed all your outdoor plants the same thing. You
Yeah,
feed your gardens, your flowers, everything the same nutrients.
everything is the same. Well, my vegetables get Medi One, but still Green Planet, and then everything
Still
else gets
green
40
planet.
line.
Yeah.
But I'm actually
Yeah.
feeding all my houseplants 40 the 40 line veg, and they're loving it. So we're just going with that, and I just take it out of my res,
Yeah,
which makes it nice and easy.
that's cool. Buddy Weeds in the house says he was honored to smoke with FlowerFox at the Grow Up Conference.
Oh, yes, it was a pleasure.
Yeah, we got to. He was actually, I think, the very first person that ever approached us saying, "Hey, I know you guys." So that was
Yep.
pretty cool.
Oh, these mosquitoes are just unreal. There's like about 20 here right now.
So that actually brings me to my next question. Speaking of bugs, have you ever ran into a huge bug problem? Do you do IPM, and what does that look like?
So I did have a thrips issue 3 years ago. And I actually didn't grow indoors in the summer because of it. I just avoided it altogether. I brought thrips in from
Yeah.
my outdoor to my indoor, and I took out a whole veg tent and some of my favorite cuts, and it was an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
And
I
I
did
had to
that with the
start
tomato plant. So now I know
everything
better.
over. So I'm absolutely neurotic. I shower before I go downstairs into my space. I always go downstairs first. I get all that done, and then I do my outdoor, and my lights turn off by 1, so I spend no more time in it during the day. So I try to avoid that at all possible. That's my first and foremost. Um, I did some IPM, Shark Athena, and I used that, but I haven't had issues in the last 3 years. Knock on wood, as I say
Yeah.
that. I've just been
Yeah,
very,
I
very.
don't want to jinx you.
No.
I've just been very
No.
careful, but I'm even my outdoor this year. I haven't had any bugs, which is very surprising to me. Or
Yeah,
my
because I've seen a
vegetables
lot of
too.
people that have been having different issues with like a lot of powdery mildew I've seen this year.
That was
Hmm.
I've
last
seen
year for me
people
with the
with
rain.
thrips and aphids and all kinds of different stuff
Oh,
going on
that's
on
just
their outdoor
brutal.
plants. The mildew, yeah.
Is there something you use for the powdery mildew, or you just destroy the plant? Because I know some people will use like milk or things like that to help with their.
So Shark does this mix, and I usually spray that, but I haven't had that issue with my outdoor. I just tossed them last year. There was no
It was too
savings.
far.
Like it was far
Yeah,
too far. It was 11 days of rain and like pouring rain, and there was nothing I could do.
yeah.
It's sad. It's brutal when that happens, man.
But
Mm-hmm.
I try to control my indoor space as much as possible. I defoliate and make sure that
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah, I
running
always
that
say
through.
your plants always look nicely cleaned up, and they're just everything's in a row, and everything just looks nice, and it's like,
I'm very OCD. It's awful. I go in there and I'm constantly picking things apart and moving things, and I'm like, no, this needs to be here.
but it looks nice like that. You know what I mean? Like you can tell that you spend the time on
Yes,
keeping it
I do
clean
spend the
and
time.
tidy, and just by looking at it, you know it's
Yeah.
a pretty clean space. So no, it looks
So
good in there. And you
considering,
do go ahead.
I was just
Sorry.
gonna say, considering you said you move your pots a lot, which I do all the time, I'm assuming you don't do
Oh,
any scrogging or
I move my branches a lot. I do use
oh,
support nets. I use 2 nets.
okay.
I'll put one net in right at flip, and then I usually put my second net in by week 2 of flower, depending on where they're at. But I do use my support nets, and I've been through. I love to snap them. I used to hate doing it, but I absolutely love it. I find that after the colas are much prettier and much more
Yeah.
I
robust.
think I
It
think it
works
also
better.
helps with support in the end too, right? Because then you get that you bend them over, then they heal, and they get that
Yes,
like knuckle.
Get that.
yes, I
Yeah.
love that knuckle, and even like I've snapped them clean off and taped them back, and they've healed just fine.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, definitely. I
I'm
think it's
all about.
hilarious. Like I'll forget that I did it, and then I go to harvest my plant later on. I'm like, oh, there's tape on that branch. There's
Yeah,
tape on that branch. I'm like,
I must say though, I absolutely hate the nets when it comes to harvest, when it comes to chopping them. Trying to cut those nuts out just drives me to like the absolute point of insanity. I
yeah.
never end up
You
cutting it
you just cut them
properly. I'll
off.
chop the plant, it's still stuck to the net and stuck to the tent, and I'm just, I wish that's the one thing I wish was easier. But
Remember
they do help, but I need them. I'm not getting rid of them.
the one year I used one of those support nets. I had like a 15-foot one, and I ended up hanging it up in my basement ceiling, and I hung my whole outdoor grow on there to dry. And then it came time to take that thing down, and I don't know how it happened. I'm trying to like do it neat and
Yeah.
tidy, and then like it was just in one big knot by the time I was done.
Oh
I was like,
gosh.
okay, well
Oh,
that's garbage. I'm not
oh
dealing with that
god.
anymore.
Oh god.
So I don't know how people use those nets and then reuse them again after the fact. Like,
That's what so many people comment are like, do you reuse your net after? And I'm like, no, I buy
no.
the nets that I'm using are like $6 garden nets from Home Hardware.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm cutting every single one out. I'm just snipping away. There's no way I'm feeding it through
No, I don't
everything.
know how people
Yeah.
do it. I
No.
get like the bungee cord ones, like the stretchy ones. I understand
Yeah,
those.
I
Those ones
stopped
would come
using those
inside.
because I was like, I can't do this. This is too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, and then if you do cut those off, it'll cost you $20 instead of
Yes,
$6.
exactly. And I'm like, who wants to do that? So I just use
Yeah.
these basic garden ones. They work. And I zip tie them to the poles.
Yep.
Which
Nice.
works perfect.
Hmm. What size tent do you grow in?
I have a 5x5.
Nice.
I would like a bigger one, but I'm happy with my 5x5.
You get a good amount of plants in there though. Like
Yeah,
I see people
I've got
like
9 plants in there, and I do like that. I was considering running 12 next run, but I don't know. My 9 fill up pretty well, so
yeah. No,
I'm
it usually
hesitant
looks pretty full in
for
there by
those
the end of
trees.
it. So
I also love growing in 1 gallons. That's one of my favorites. I love the small pot. I feel
yeah.
like you can just control so much better.
Well, and with you being in cocoa too, like you can water it
Yeah,
often. Like with somebody that's growing in soil or something like that, it's hard to
that
like
wouldn't be.
it's doable. I
I
see
highly
people
wouldn't
doing it,
recommend
but
the 1 gallon pot. Go bigger.
yeah, like with people that are in soil, it's a little bit harder. With you in cocoa, like you can if you have to, you can water those 5 times a day, 10 times
Yeah.
a day, really. So, and you guys, you're on. I shouldn't say you guys because you're on a drip system as well,
So
correct?
I was. My space was automated
Oh,
for a while. Now, there were some things that need to be worked out with it. I finally just said, forget it. I'm just going to hand water it. So I've been hand watering the last
yeah.
2 runs, but I'm
And
okay.
what's better?
I'm fine with
Your
it. They're happy.
yeah. As long as the plants are happy, I mean, at the end of the day.
And especially this run because I had to take the tables out to give myself a little bit more height
Yeah.
in the deck. So it's good that
That's
they're
never a
not on
bad
it.
thing. I mean, needing more height means bigger plants, you know?
I just couldn't like I've always planned like I always try to plan ahead. I usually flip before week 3. This run I flipped day 14, so I really didn't think that I'd hit the ceiling. But the problem is I've been having a little bit of trouble trying to control my environment with it being in the 40s humidity. So
Yeah.
I've just
Yeah,
been praying every day and hoping for a miracle. But we're through stretch and they're good. They're stacking on
nice,
nicely now.
nice, nice. Is that something that you've had an issue with this year, is with humidity, or because I
I
know with me myself, it's been before I put these air conditioners in here, I had like 84% humidity in here, and I was like, oh my God.
So I have just a fan in my space. That's all I have. And that I'm just basically hoping this summer. Normally I have control and I have an AC and I have a dehumidifier.
Yeah,
But things broke and I just have to go, unfortunately, with what I have right now.
roll
But I'm
with what you
hoping
got.
that I will replace the things that are broken, do
Yeah,
it a
but I
little more
mean,
properly.
obviously your plants aren't minding it though, so
No, they're not. They're I don't know if those are fireworks or gunshots. I'm hoping they're fireworks.
Well, I was gonna say, I'm hoping for that.
I do live in a hunting town, so hearing a rifle really isn't out of. But I'm
out
guessing
of
it's
character.
that many is fireworks. But it's just an odd. It's a Wednesday night, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's Wednesday night. It's getting dark. I don't know. I'm not a hunter. Maybe people hunt at night too. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, the
Uh,
cottagers brought some fireworks up and
So,
wanted to celebrate.
yeah. So being where you're at, I'm assuming, like where my girls are at, there's no neighbors. So I don't have to worry about having them a certain length or underneath the fence, or so I'm assuming for
So
outdoors, you just let them do their thing, or is there something special you do for them, or?
I usually try to train them down. This year though, I'm going for height, so I'm just letting them be and seeing where they go. I do have neighbors on all sides of me. However, almost all my neighbors grow and have outdoor,
Oh,
so
so
it's awesome, and I don't seem to worry. Last year I had them on my front deck, and you could see them throughout the whole town. And it was I'm actually known for that, and it's a small town, so I would go into stores and they'd be like, oh, you're the girl with the plants to the moon. So I'm happy to have them in the backyard this year. The pool and the trampoline and the deck kind of blocks them off, so I don't look like that person. But
yeah.
yeah.
as a mom of 5, I try not to like just be very like
Advertise.
advertising about it. I have no shame.
Yeah.
I'm past the stigma, but I don't like to just be like, hey,
Yeah.
that's me.
100%. I understand that.
So as a parent myself, and a grower,
Yes.
what is it like for you being a parent and a grower and dealing with schools and other parents and all that bullshit, especially being the girl that people are like, hey, you're the one with the plants.
Yeah. So I will say in the city, it was very, very different. We moved up here almost 8 years ago, and it's unbelievable how different it is up here. Everybody is so accepting and non-judgmental, and everybody
Which is great.
understands.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I volunteer in the school. I do breakfast club. I do all the kids like field trips. I try and help out as much as possible. Everybody knows that I grow, and it's so freeing. In the city, I tell people that I used cannabis and I was looked at just
Yeah.
horrifically. And
Yeah.
people
Like
were,
you're a murderer or something.
yeah,
It's like,
basically that.
Yeah.
And it would kill me because everybody's okay with alcohol and
Hmm.
everybody's fine with that. But yet a
Mm-hmm.
plant was just the worst thing ever. And this plant's healed me in so many ways. Growing specifically has healed me. Like I
Yeah.
just love being in my garden. I can
Mm-hmm.
escape, just forget about everything. It's made me a better parent, to be honest. Like wholeheartedly, it calms me down.
Oh,
I'm anxious.
absolutely. Yeah.
I sleep better,
I
and
totally understandable.
we've educated our
Yeah.
kids. All our kids know everything about it, and we have teenagers too, and they understand it and they agree fully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're more
That's cool.
present.
So
So
it's always
you
been
said,
kind of normalized in your house.
Yes, it's always been normalized
yeah.
with the kids and everything, and
Nice.
educate and
I
educate.
think that's the best way to go for sure.
I never wanted to shy away. I wanted them to know what it was. I knew
Yeah,
that
and
they
like
were
you
going to
said
go
with
out and they were going to see what it was. So I'd rather, like, I'm very open with my kids. I want my kids to come to me with anything. And
yeah,
I feel that my
and
kids can do that. And that's very important to me.
yeah,
But
and like you were
it's
Oh,
saying
for
too, like
sure.
everybody's okay with alcohol, right? When I was a kid, I knew some of my friends' parents, family members that had like home breweries in their basement, like they were making their own beer, they were making their own wine, stuff like that. So to me, having your own like craft cannabis, it's the
exactly.
same thing. It's
It's the
legal.
same.
It's
Mm-hmm.
it is what, it's no different.
That's the one great thing is it being, and I'm very like compared to like when we were growing up, it
Yeah,
wasn't.
yeah. And like the difference between alcohol and cannabis, you know
Oh,
what I mean? Like
it's
people die
absolutely
from
night and
alcohol, nobody
day.
dies from cannabis or anything like that. So I mean, the fact that there's still people that are like, no, you can't do that. It's like it's
I
crazy to
think a
me.
lot of it, I think so much of it is just misunderstanding and like being misinformed and not
For sure.
having the right idea. I've seen what alcohol can do. I've lived through what alcohol can do to a person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it's horrible,
Not
and
good.
I have
Yeah.
trauma and PTSD from it. And this plant, I feel is absolutely night and day compared
Yeah,
to it.
I agree.
So
I
you
agree.
said you started growing when you got with your husband 6 years ago. Would you say that's where you got the passion for growing, or did you already have a passion for growing beforehand?
Okay, so I've always had the passion. I always wanted to grow. So he started growing before me, and I would always watch him grow. We've been together now for 23 years, which is just wild. Um,
Long time.
a long
Congratulations.
time. And we'd always talked about it. We always wanted to grow. My brother was very, very passionate and he wanted to grow. My brother lost his battle with brain cancer. And one of
Yes.
my main reasons that I started growing and not just like watching my husband, watching Shark do what he was doing. And I guess I like delved more into it when my brother got sick.
Yeah, crazy.
Um, but I always wanted to. I was scared in the beginning. I never, honestly, for like the first while that he started growing, I never wanted to touch his plants. I didn't want to go near them. I just mixed nutrients and I'd
Yeah.
stay away from things. And then I had my first run, and after that, it was just like I couldn't stop. And I
Do you
take
guys ever
breaks.
have? Go ahead.
Sorry, I said I take breaks in and out. But go ahead. What
Nice.
were you
Yeah.
saying? Do we ever have?
Uh, do you guys ever have little like friendly
Yes,
competition, being both
yes,
growers and?
yes, yes, we do. I absolutely love doing that. To bug him.
That's
The
awesome.
last two runs we were just a couple days apart. So, but this run specifically, I made sure that I was a couple weeks apart because hitting harvest at the same time is
Oh yeah,
not
I can
ideal.
imagine.
It's not ideal at all.
Yeah.
So I
And you
tried to
guys both
Hitting
have
harvest is
your,
bad enough when you got to trim it all and then you hit it twice. It's like, oh my god.
yeah,
yeah. And you
but
guys both have your different style of growing as well, so it's cool to see.
Yeah, I do like that we do it a little bit different.
Mhm. Do you guys ever like? Do you ever like walk over and see his plants? I'm like, and you should do this and you should do this, and then he does the same to you. You guys ever
Yeah,
get into like,
he comes over
no,
and
I'm doing it my way.
he comes over and critiques my space. I go over to his and always want to defoliate it. And I'm always like, I'm just going to come in here and just strip these plants. So I just joke around. Um,
That's funny.
he's like, "Wait, stop." But he'll come over and be like, you should be doing this, you should do that. Or he'll be like, he'll come over, he's like, this one needs to be snapped. And I'm like, just leave them be. I'm like, no. But it's fun. I always go look at his. I'm excited. He's well ahead of me and they're looking amazing. They smell amazing. I can't wait till he chops them.
Yeah,
I was like,
he's
maybe
pretty.
you should just chop one of them early so we can just have some flour.
Yeah, it was funny because we were talking with Preston Bjornson
Yeah.
last week, and he actually brought up Shark. Because he
Yeah.
was like, because I said, like, I was like, man, like, you're definitely like well advanced, and there's a lot of people out there that are, not a lot of people, but there's a few known people that are definitely well advanced at this. And he was like, oh yeah, look at Shark Mouse. When he gets into that science mumble jumble, I don't understand a word he's saying. He's
I
like, I
I
don't have a clue.
I completely agree with him there.
Yeah.
I have to get him to like break it down for me. I'm a visual learner. I just see it. So I'm like, can you just show it to me? I don't
Yeah.
understand half the things. Like, he'll read me his post ahead of time. He's like, do you understand this? I'm like, not really. I'm like, but like I'll get the gist of it.
I don't, but as long as you do, we're good.
Mm.
That's funny. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
have you gone more that way? Like when you started growing, were you growing like pretty simply and then like over the years you've kind of like got a little bit more sciencey with things? Because I have a feeling you can't help but like learn stuff and you probably
no,
don't even know you're learning it just by having between the two of you guys having conversations,
I
you
learned
know?
so much just like by talking. We like talking about like all of it, what he's learning, what he's reading, every time he reads something new.
Yeah,
But I've learned so much. I've learned so much just by making mistakes. Making mistakes has been my biggest learning tool.
absolutely.
I'm like, okay, well, we're not going to do it this way. And
Yeah.
learning from
Plus
that and talking to other people. But it's unbelievable how much like I knew absolutely nothing. I had no clue what I was doing when I went in. I
yeah.
knew how to mix nutrients. I knew like what EC and pH it was supposed to be at, and I just followed what he told me he was feeding his plants at, and I did that. And then I started doing my own things. We started using different nutrients. And
Nice.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. I think it's awesome when couples can do this together. Like I know you guys are doing it
yeah,
separately, but it's still a shared hobby that you guys both
Together. Yeah.
do and love, So
I love that it's like something that we're both passionate about. We're very
mhm,
different, and we
Mhm.
don't have like a lot of like we love hockey too. But other than that, like we're very different. So like having this
yeah,
shared passion is awesome. Like having something to like talk about, get excited about. It's been great.
yeah. I know
That's
like if
awesome.
there's one person in the relationship that does it, like you know how many hours a day, a week, a month that you got to spend in the
Yeah,
garden.
no,
I know
I know
it can be a strain on some relationships, and I know at one point it was definitely a strain on my relationship back when I first got into it because I dove in head first and I was like every single thing I eat, slept, and breathed growing weed. And at that point, it was like I don't care. I don't want to hear about it anymore. Don't even mention the word cannabis to me, please.
yeah.
So I mean, I feel like a lot of people go through that. So when the two people can do it together, I think that's amazing.
I must say, like in the beginning, it was hard. It was like he had delved fully into it, and like I think that was like one of the reasons I was like I wanted to be like part of it. I felt I was
Yeah,
missing out, but I know it can cause a strain. So I do love that we're both passionate about it, and we both understand that like it takes work. It's not just
it's a
like
lot of work.
2 minutes
Yeah.
and there you go, voila.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I would disappear
So,
down into my grow room and I'd be gone for like 4 hours. I'd go down, I'd be like, I'm just going to water the plants, and I come
Yeah.
up 4 hours later because I did like a full defoliation, took some clones, did this. Like you get down there and then you realize like I really have more than
Yeah,
an
just
hour's worth of
to
work
do.
down
And
here. I
I'm like, I
got
might as well start this,
yeah.
and I've started that. And no, I get it. I totally get it.
yeah.
Stop.
Hey puppy. Mine's over here sleeping.
Um,
Hmm.
so when it comes to growing, what do you prefer? Do you prefer growing like females, autos, photo, like regs?
I love growing photos. I have grown regs. I guess I don't have the patience to wait. I like taking cuts. I like finding plant that I like and running it again and seeing if I can run it better the next run. But I also do love the pheno hunt. Like I do love that, like trying to find new ones that I love. So I guess a
Yeah.
little bit of both. But I
Oh
do
yeah.
find running cuts so much easier. You know exactly what you're doing, what you're getting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I
I,
mean, I like both. I like the surprise of the seed, but I also like
yeah,
knowing as well. Like it's, I don't know. I'm caught in the middle because I really like doing both. You know what I mean?
yeah. Eesh.
Um, what was I just gonna say? I had something there and I lost it. Oh, do you have a favorite breeder? Like, do you have a certain cultivar, not cultivar, but like a certain breeder that you constantly go back to?
I've been running Green Lab genetics for the last 2.5 years. Keto
Nice.
hunter genetics, and I absolutely love. Like I've everything that I've read has just been spectacular. The Blizzard line is my favorite.
The
I'm
Blizzard line, is that what you said?
the Blizzard line, yeah. So I'm running some crosses. I'm running Snosberry and
Nice.
passion fruit right now that I had cuts from my last run.
Nice.
Nice. That's cool. And when you do your cuts, you just do them in water? I think you were saying that earlier. You just put
So
them in
I
water and let them root.
actually, I can show you if I don't. These solos can't even stand up. I have them on my front deck and a holder. I took a whole bunch of cuts just now.
Oh wow.
On my lap here. So basically, I've just soaked my Rockwell cubes in what the
Oh,
mums
yes.
are feeding at, and which is 2.2 EC and 5.7 pH. And then I just took cuts off of all of these. I sprinkled Dynamico and like soaked it into the top of the Rockwell. And now I'm just gonna like leave them. But I like to let them dry out, so I probably won't keep them again for like 3 days. And I find like the more you let them dry back, the quicker they root.
Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. And I knew that's how you did it too. Now that you showed me that, I was like, I've seen her do that before. For sure.
Yeah,
I've seen you down there
I'm
with
not a
like
fan of.
trays of them and just going for it.
I find in like the trays and when you put them together, they root a lot faster like that rather than separating them as well.
Do they ever get tangled up? Like when you're breaking those apart to separate them, like is there like roots that are like intertangled, intertwined?
Sometimes, yes, and it's really annoying, but
Yeah.
they seem to do fine. But yeah, I do find that I'm not really a big fan of growing a Rockwell, but I do love to root my cuts in Rockwell. I find it. I did cocoa, and that was pretty, and I got some unbelievable roots in cocoa. The problem though was I had was taking them out of the cell packs. I think I like killed half my cuts because I just
Right.
couldn't
'Cause
properly get them
they
out of their
fit
cell
tight in
packs.
those things, yeah.
And then I tried to cut them out, and that didn't work. So I went back to Rockwell cubes. Made it
I like
simple.
that. I like that way. Like I've never gone the Rockwell way, but I like that because like it's got that big face on there too. Like it's I
Yeah,
never have to worry about them knocking over or anything like that. Like
yeah, no,
they're
it's perfect. They're all
Yeah.
there, and
Yeah.
but
I
this
like
is I'm
that.
doing this a little bit different. So I'm taking these cuts are for my outdoor. I'm gonna let them root, and then I'm gonna quarantine them. And Shark's gonna do his whole IPM routine, and they'll take them.
Nice.
They're gonna go inside.
Nice. That's cool. If you had one thing that you could tell people that are new growers, one bit of advice that you can give that you've learned over the whole time you've grown, what would it be?
One comes to the face.
And it can be anything. It doesn't even really have to be about growing. It could just be
Learn to accept change and adapt to change, and
That's a great one.
that's a really good one actually.
don't
That's one I
say like
haven't heard before.
I'm big to be like set in my ways, and that was the biggest thing for me, was accepting change and trying new things, and seeing that just because you thought it worked one way, it can work a lot better another way.
Yeah.
Like, I hand watered for so long. I went to automation. Automation is amazing. As even though I'm back to hand watering, it made the world of a difference. And for so long, I was
Yeah.
just like, I'm not going to try it. I'm not going to do it. And
And
I
you
think
did it
that
and you
always
loved it.
adapt to change and just keep going and trying new things. And with every mistake, you'll learn something. Have faith in yourself.
Well,
If it didn't
Yes.
work the first time, keep going. Don't give up.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's a good answer. That's one I haven't got that we haven't got before. So,
And keeping your environment clean above all.
yeah,
Like
that's a
what you're
good one too.
wearing, and do not go into your space after being outside. I live in the woods. Do not.
Yeah, I imagine you could
So,
have all kinds of stuff just from being outside around there
yeah,
with all
I could bring
the
the whole
green, the
woods inside.
trees,
I've
and
Yeah.
yeah.
seen.
So don't
Yeah.
take those risks, because then you're dealing with
I've seen
chaos.
the both of you wear like white coats.
In the
Yeah.
lab,
I've seen the two of you guys wearing like white coats and masks and hat and
I like, honestly, like, I feel like we should be doing that in our space in the summer, like the way that but we are pretty particular about going in and out. So,
Yeah. Yeah. And
especially
we were
because
talking
very
earlier.
nice.
we're sharing a lung room. So, like, I can't go down and destroy my space and his at the same time. So
Right.
I need to be very, very
Mhm.
mindful that
And vice
it's not just my
versa.
space. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not like
Yeah.
losing one is bad enough. Like we were saying about the trimming, it's bad enough to do one at a time, but when it's two at a time, it's like holy fuck, it's devastating.
Yeah, it's horrible. We did like lose a lot of my like cuts went into flower, after that ice storm in the winter. But
Oh
um
yeah.
my tent did survive.
That was a bad
I went
storm.
6 days without power or heat, and they made it through. I don't recommend it.
Yeah. No, no,
I
you
don't
guys
recommend
had
it
like
going six
trees
days
and
in the middle of
everything.
your.
Yeah.
But,
It's crazy.
Should have been taking cuts of those ones. They were resilient to everything.
well, that's what it had, and I was so upset. They all went into flower.
Yeah. Because I know like if you grow like plants outside and then you take cuts of those, they've like gotten more
So I ran
resilient
my
to different
first.
things. So I mean, you freeze them in the cold and no power, and you know they
Yeah,
survive. They're fighters. They're strong. So
I took cuts in from outside last year, and I brought them in, and they did significantly well. I was very impressed. And they
yeah,
went through the whole
Nice.
quarantine, and I didn't bring bugs in, so
Yeah.
I'm happy to try it again this year.
yeah. I've always heard that like if you're taking cuts from plants that have been through like more stress, you know, like not necessarily man-made stress, but like
Yeah,
um heat stress from the sun and wind and rain and hail and trees falling on them and you know all that stuff and pests and all that shit. They've kind of gotten more resilient to some of that stuff, powdery mildew and all that. So from what I've
Mhm.
never, I don't think I've ever brought cuts in from outside. I've definitely taken many cuts outside, but
yeah.
not inside, I don't think.
Last year was the first year I tried, and I was very happy that it worked out.
Yeah, I think in theory it makes sense, but whether it's
Yeah.
true or not when it comes
Yeah,
down to the science, I don't know.
and then neither do I.
It's the
I'm
bro
going with
science, I think.
Me, yeah. Do you do the same IPM regimen outside as you do inside? Like, do you have problems with like caterpillars and things like that that you don't have
I've had no
indoors?
issues. I've had no issues with bugs this year, so I've really done nothing, to be honest.
Nice. Which is
I've been
always
very
great.
lucky.
Well,
I mean,
usually you
as
have your
much,
predators and your good bugs
yeah.
outside,
I think,
so which is
yeah,
great.
I have lots of ladybugs out here. I have lots of spiders out here. Um,
Yeah.
but I think also like always grown my vegetables when I'm growing outside. I've always grown my tomatoes beside my plants, and I think that was my stupid move, having all my
Mm.
vegetables right beside them. I think this year having them separately, I've avoided so much of the pests I could have.
So that's a really good tip
Nice.
because tomato plants attract russet mites.
Yes.
Yep.
And there's a certain like russet mites, cannabis russet mites, and tomato mites. Bunny and I were doing the research on this because she just went through this
Oh
like
no.
Yes.
a couple months
Oh
ago.
no.
And so cannabis mites, I think it was saying they don't really steer away from cannabis, but tomato russet mites will steer away from the tomatoes. So if there's a nice
Oh,
healthy plant nearby, they will
they'll
jump
go to
from the
that.
tomatoes to something else. And cannabis being close to a tomato plant, they're
Yeah,
okay with going for
mine
that.
were
So
always side by side. So that
yeah,
was
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, I learned the
that's a
hard
good.
way.
That's
fun,
actually a
fun,
good.
fun story.
That's actually a good little tip there, actually, because I think, I mean, a lot when I was growing outside, I was putting all my vegetables and everything were literally right beside all my plants. You know, if
Yep.
I had the space to do it now, I would definitely do it differently after the research that we were looking up on those stupid russet mites.
Oh my God, that's just ridiculous. Yeah, no, I did it every year. I had all my vegetables right beside my plants. This is the first year I've separated them. I have a garden bed in the front of the house that I used to use, but the caterpillars there just ate everything. But since I moved into my
Yeah,
den, I'm finding that I'm not getting what I was getting in
As
the front bed.
much.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think too, like probably different areas where you're at. Like I'm sure certain areas have more sun than others, and certain areas are more shaded, and certain areas are
Yes,
damper than
Mm-hmm.
others. And I'm sure every one of those is like its own little environment. Like they bring in different little
their
creatures. You
own
know what I
different
mean?
like
Being out
little,
in the woods.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we had up until the ice storm, I didn't get full sun. I got partial sun. So the ice storm did actually bring full sun here. I'm surrounded by trees. It's just like a circle of trees around me. But since the ice
Yeah.
storm, we get sun from here. So it's actually really nice. My plants are much happier this year. But I was usually fighting it, and I was just constantly just moving things around all day, just chasing the sun.
Yeah. See, in the wintertime, it was a bad thing because you were like, oh my God, my plants haven't had power for 6 days. And now you're like, hey, now I got
There's
sun in the
all this
backyard.
sunshine. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Hey, you took a negative
Pros
and
and
turned it
cons to
into a
everything.
positive.
Yes.
That's good. No, that's good.
Works every day.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're fuck, we're almost through the whole hour already. That's crazy.
Wow.
That is
I
insane.
know.
But yeah. Do you have anything big planned, like any events or any changes you're making in the garden or anything that
Um,
you want to change in the garden or
I want a bigger tent. I was hoping to see if I can put a 4x8 across my space, but I have to measure and see some things, but I was really hoping that I could do that and just have a bigger space inside.
yeah,
Um,
That would be cool.
I want to get back into mycelium. I know I took a pause and a break from it, but I do want to get back. I was hoping in the fall when my kids go back to school.
nice.
I
I
am
just
going.
ate I just ate mushrooms last night for my first time in 20 plus years.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I know. And they weren't even like they were mushrooms, but they were like the nerd rope mushroom candies, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I was like, that's 3,000 milligrams. I think I'm just gonna start off with half and see how I feel. It's been 20 plus years. I just want to feel this and see what it's all about again. Like I know 20 years later, I know I've changed, so I assume
yeah.
you know, I'm gonna react differently to it after last time I did it, I was a kid, right? So it was like,
Yeah.
yeah, it was
How did
fun.
that go?
I had a great time. It was mellow. Like it was super mellow. I just sat here and just listened to music all night long. I got the
Oh, that's
Aussie
awesome.
going. Rest in peace to Ozzy Osbourne. I had the Aussie going last night, and I
Oh
was
yeah,
just
I played Aussie. I
having a
can't.
good time.
That's so sad. I played Aussie last night. Just an absolute legend.
I know it
Truly.
was brutal.
I'm glad he got to play his last concert.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. They were saying on the radio today it was like
Yeah, a
18
couple
days
weeks
ago or
ago.
something was his farewell tour.
Yeah,
And they're like he knew
he
that that was
knew.
it.
He
So
really knew, and
Yep.
he got to live out all the things that he wanted. So I'm happy for that. It was
yeah, the Prince of Darkness. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. He's one of those people like you just see him. He's been through so much in
yeah,
my lifetime since I've been alive, and I know he's been going longer than that. So it's like he's one of those people that you're just like, this guy's gonna live for fucking ever.
ever, forever.
Ever. Like him and Keith Richards and I think Dave Navarro are three people in my mind that are gonna live forever.
Yeah, I
Just
agree with
because
you
of
on that.
some of the shit that they've been through in their life. Like, man, like the average normal human being would have died 40 years ago living the lifestyle that they did. So it's like
They made it this. They
pretty
made it this
crazy.
far. They're here for a reason. Really, that's always what I've said. I'm like, if you've been through, I think the more things you've been through, you're still here. You're here for a reason.
Yeah, I
But just
agree.
and then to go through more shit, but it all works out in the
100%.
end.
Exactly. So we are at the end of the show. Do you want to let everybody know where they can find you,
You can find me
see all
over.
your content?
You can find me over on Instagram under FlowerFox 2.0 and a 3 as the E. But yeah, I'm on Instagram. I'm also on X, but I don't really use it much. I'm trying
Yeah,
to start using YouTube more. I need to get the hang of it and adjust to it.
it's a different animal. It really is. Everything's different about it. It's like the algorithm's different.
Yeah,
The videos are different. The format is different. It's like it's it's a whole new learning curve. Like
Yeah.
Bunny and I have been doing this now on our own for almost a year, and like we're still figuring shit out every day. Like
it's
so it's like
I mean,
anything
it's
else. You
good.
just gotta dive in
You're
and
branching out, and I think that's amazing. I think it's good to have
gotta
different
do it.
platforms.
We
So
gotta accept change.
Yep.
thank you so much for having me. It was an
No,
absolute
thanks for
pleasure.
coming on.
Sorry for
Thanks
all the
for coming on.
mosquitoes and the fireworks.
Yeah, I didn't even hear the fireworks. I don't know if
I
Bunny did,
cannot
but I
believe
couldn't
you didn't
even
hear
hear
them.
them.
They were so loud. I was like, I'm like, I hope they can still hear me.
Yes.
But
No,
it
I
was
couldn't
pretty
even hear
loud.
it.
I'm lagging so bad right now.
I hope
That's
you
all
guys have
right.
an amazing night. Thanks everyone for joining.
You as well. And we'll have to do this again soon, for sure.
Yes, I would love that.
Catch up again.
Have a
Most
great night.
definitely. Yeah, you as well.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Bye.
I think Miss Bunny is gonzo. I think she is frozen. So we are going to wrap it up for the night. But next Wednesday, we are not here live, but we are doing a live premiere. Oh, here we go. Oh,
I lagged. It
so
kept saying
next Wednesday, we
sorry
aren't
about
here live, but we are doing a live premiere, and we were lucky enough to sit down with Mr. Jorge Cervantes,
that. Yes.
and he is in a completely different time zone than us. So that was one that we had to pre-record because when we
Yes.
do our show, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning or something for him. So we recorded it, I think,
Um,
what, 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago or something like that.
yes.
So we're going to premiere that on Wednesday night. So we will be live premiere, but we will be in the chat hanging out with you guys. So
Yes. Also, shout out to FlowerFox for being on. I liked at the end, so I didn't get to say goodbye. But yeah, it was a great episode. I'm glad we got to hang out with her again. And
mhm.
you definitely need to check her page because she's got some amazing plans.
She does. I have all the links to her stuff in the description for the video. It has her FlowerFox account, her FlowerFox 2.0 account, and it has her mycelium account as well. So if you guys want to go on and check out some of the mushrooms and stuff that she's grown, that is on there as well. So that's super cool. And
Yes.
yeah,
Until then, we'll see
till
you
Friday.
Friday where it's Show Your Grow.
So come show, please.
Yes.
Peace.